This is Open World Pokemon Emerald Crest, and we're doing a Water-type only hardcore Nuzlocke challenge. Let's get this dub! Starting up the game here, we're going to go into settings and turn on the set battle mode. To fit the Water-type theme, I'm going to start us off in Pacific Log Town and enable the hardcore Nuzlocke rules with a 1.5 times EXP multiplier to reduce grinding. And we're turning on the level cap so my Pokemon cannot be higher level than the gym leader's Pokemon. Our starting options are Squirtle, Slowpoke, and Basculin, and I'm going to go with Basculin because of its high attack stat, which will be great early game. Wild Pokemon are randomized, and the Nuzlocke rules only apply to Water-type Pokemon, so I'm able to catch the first Water Pokemon I see in each area. Panpour is the first Water Pokemon I come across, as indicated by the number 1 icon under its name, meaning I can catch it. The Blue Monkey is successfully snagged and added to my team. Now it's time to grind up some XP with the current level cap at 16, and I gotta find more Water Pokemon. Surfing in the water of Pacific Log Town, I come across a little blue ducky which I catch and add to the team. Zingaling bada bing. I don't know what the fuck I just said there, but next I encounter a Cramorant, and this darn thing was tough to catch and my dumbass accidentally knocks it out trying to weaken it. Damn. A lot of my training in the early game requires me to send out my weak Pokemon and then switch out with my Basculin, who comes in for the kill. I make my way to Slateport City, and what I love in Pokemon Emerald Crest's open world mode is there's a Curly on every city that can warp you back to the previous cities you've already visited. I battle many trainers in the surrounding areas, and the duck comes so close to dying with his Tentacool only surviving at 1 HP. That was close. But then I get to this double battle above Slateport, and this bitch Pachyraisu destroys Panpour with Thunder Shock, and that really pissed me off. After battling lots of wild Pokemon and trainers, all my Pokemon have their levels in the teens, and I reach Mauville City. And if you watched my Fire-type only hardcore Nuzlocke, you know damn well I'm gonna avoid Watson, especially in the early game. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out when you get the chance. Heading east of Mauville City, I end up in Route 119 where I'm able to find an Araquanid, and I'm very happy to add an evolved Pokemon to my team. This thing already knew Bug Bite, and after a few levels learns Bubble Beam, making Araquanid one of my strongest Pokemon on my team. After lots of grinding, I head back to the Mauville area and come across a Binacle in Route 111, and I'm able to add it to the team. Booyah! My next Nuzlocke encounter is a Poplio, but holy shit, we all know how hard starter Pokemon are to catch, and unfortunately I used all my balls and did not obtain it. I then go through Rusturf Tunnel and battle lots of trainers on the way to Rustboro City. I always make sure to get the Quick Claw here because that item has saved my ass many times in Nuzlockes before. Now, I come across a Tympole in Route 104 for my next water type. Did you guys know this fuggly ass hell spawn of a creature is my all-time least favorite Pokemon? I mean, who the f*** thought of this design where they take a human face and attach it to a tadpole body, and it has these weird creepy ass eyebrows and a complete doofus smile? Unfortunately, I have to catch this little shitbagger because I'm limited with my Nuzlocke options, but damn it, now I have to keep looking at this abysmal Unova piece of fucking shit. Sorry guys, I had to vent there. Would you all be kind enough to drop a like on this video for me, and if you're new, I highly recommend subscribing for more awesome Pokemon videos. Now that I'm done shilling for my own YouTube channel, I next encounter a Vape Nation Porion in Petalburg City that I completely failed to catch before running out of my Pokeballs. Son of a bitch. In Route 101, I find a Magikarp that I'm able to catch, hoping soon enough I'll have a mighty Gyarados on my team. At this point, I battled dozens of trainers in the surrounding area, so all my Pokemon can be at the level cap, and it's finally time to head into the first gym, which I'm choosing to be Rustboro Gym because we're super effective. Now this battle is stupid. I thought it was going to be pretty easy with my water Pokemon, but holy shit was I wrong. Tympole gets one-shotted by her Sudowoodo, then she spams a bunch of potions and eventually knocks out Binacle as well. I switch in the Basculin to take out Sudowoodo, then I get Parahax from her Probopass before she switches into Cloth. The Crab survives one of my moves by a hair, and then out of nowhere charges up a Z-move and fucking annihilates my Basculin.
Oh yeah, fuck you, King Crady!
Ducklet also gets one-shotted by this monster, and I'm down to just Araquanid and my useless Magikarp. My Quick Claw activates because I'm a lucky son of a gun, and then I knock out Cloth and eventually the Probopass, who leaves me at just 7 HP. What a battle. I can't believe Roxanne was able to take down 4 of my Pokemon, even though I have water types. Damn it, Aghat, why did you have to make this ROM hack so hard? Now we gotta find some new Pokemon. I make my way north of Mauville and battle some trainers until I counter a Tentacool in the Team Magma hideout. The Squid is an easy catch, and I know when it evolves, it'll be a beast. In Route 112, my next Nuzlocke water Pokemon is a Celio, and I'm really happy to find another Pokemon that's already evolved. Catching it was not difficult at all, and I'm slowly getting my team back together. Right after that, in Fiery Path, I find a Poliwag and capture it. I travel all the way up to the fan favorite Route 113 and find a Chewtool as my first water Pokemon here, and I go ahead and catch it. Zoink! Now we got a full team of 6 again. That is until Tentacool gets KO'd by a stupid monkey using Fury Swipes. Fucking Fury Swipes! That's some complete bogus nonsense, but whatever. The level cap before the second gym is 20, and I'm so glad I'll be able to evolve Gyarados for the next gym, so my priority is training Magikarp. Celio learns Water Pulse, which is pretty good early on because so many of these low-level water types only have Water Gun. The dumb useless carp finally evolves into the beast that is Gyarados. This will be great for the next gym. In Pokemon Emerald Crest, you can also use the move tutor without needing heart skills, so I give Gyarados Brine and Ice Fang. Nighttime also looks so cool in this game. I mean, just look at the game corner lit up. Honestly, fuck these Pokemon breeders that have a full team of 6. I head up through the rainforest and continue to spend hours training my Pokemon, also thinking about which gym I should battle next. I decide to save the Fire-type Lavrage gym for later because I want to battle a gym I'm super effective against in the late game when the leaders become very challenging. I eventually decide I'd like to take on Winona from prior experience of the ROM hack because I know her team is extremely difficult if I had more badges. I also couldn't find any more water Pokemon in the nearby routes, so I'm facing her with 5 Pokemon on my team. Celio's my lead Pokemon knowing Powder Snow, and I land a Freeze Hacks on her Corvisquare. Then she spams a bunch of Hyper Potions trying to keep it alive, and luckily it remained frozen the whole time. Next, she sends out a Togetic, which manages to get 2 Calm Minds off in its first 2 turns, which frickin' sucks because I can barely scratch it with Celio. Celio then gets hit by Ancient Power down to 1 health. I decide to switch it out because I really don't want to lose one of my evolved Pokemon early in the game, but the true tool I send out gets one-shotted. Holy shit. Out comes Gyarados with Ice Fang, and thank goodness I gave this bad boy a Citrus Berry or it would have not survived the boosted Togetic. Her Crobat is always a pain in the ass in this game, and that sucker has Brave Bird, which almost takes out the beast. I switch in Polyswag that also relies on a Citrus Berry for more health, which gets hit down to 1 HP. Unfortunately, I have to make a tough decision of sacrificing it for a safe switch-in of one of my other Pokemon. Next, I send out a Araquanid, and the Crobat starts spamming Roost, which worries me a bit, but I eventually come out on top and earn my second badge from Winona. Losing 2 Pokemon is bullshit, but I'm glad I was able to keep my evolved Pokemon, which are really important for having a level cap. Next, I travel south of Slateport City, trying to find some Pokemon to add to my team and train up my Pokemon to reach the next level cap, which is 26. I go ahead and reach Dewford City, then into Granite Cave where I find a Cramorant to add to my team, which is awesome because I failed to catch one early on in the Nuzlocke. Following that, I get caught in a really shitty situation where my Gyarados is battling another Gyarados. And that motherfucker traps it in a whirlpool so I can't even switch out, and freezes the fucker so I can't even attack it, and eventually get dogged on, causing me to lose one of my most important Pokemon for the run. It really sucks because there's a limited number of areas in the game we can obtain Pokemon at, and the wild mons are randomized so some places don't even have water Pokemon. At least here in Route 105 I'm able to find another water Pokemon, and this time we come across a Cloyster that I'm able to catch. Hell yeah! Cloyster is awesome because it comes with Razor Shell, which is a pretty hard-hitting physical water move. After a very long grinding session, I encounter a Feebas in Route 109 and catch it, but this thing is fucking useless for now, and I don't know if I want to spend a ton of time trying to evolve it. After this, I spend an absurd amount of time in various places in Hoenn training up my team to the level cap. Nothing too much interesting happens other than my Pokemon leveling up and learning some new moves, so I'm gonna skip to the next gym battle, which I decide will be the Petalburg Gym. Norman leads with Snorlax, which is a pain in the ass right off the bat, and my dumbass tries to use Toxic on this fat fuck without knowing it has immunity. Cloyster is able to take it down using Razor Shell and Supersonic, and then Norman sends out a Porygon Z, which knows Spark and paralyzes Cloyster. Damn RNG! I switch Cloyster out for Araquanid, and then he switches out Porygon Z for Mega Kangaskhan. As someone who used to play competitive Gen 6 VGC, I know I might be absolutely fucked here. That little piss rat got a critical hit on me. I switch out Araquanid to Cramorant to try and spare its life, but the blue bird can't do much either and it gets pretty low on health. I switch out for Celio to seal the deal, and next Norman sends out a Dunsparce. Somehow I survive a hit down to 1 HP and get a rest off with the combination of a Chesto Berry, but Celio can't deal much damage to this thing. I switch out to Cloyster to try and use Toxic on this thing, but unfortunately it's paralyzed this turn from that fucking Porygon Z. I sacrifice the life of Feebas to get a safe switch into Celio, and then for some reason Norman brings out that Porygon Z once again. Celio gets taken out by Spark, and I'm in real trouble here now because all my remaining Pokemon are on low health. For some reason this dumbass keeps switching Pokemon in and out, so up next is Dunsparce once again, who uses Glare to paralyze Cramorant. Now I think Drill Run is this dunce's only attacking move because this thing just keeps spamming Glare, which has no effect, and Norman uses all of his potions on it too. Once it goes down, his last Pokemon to send out is the poisoned Porygon Z that's hanging on for its life. The major problem here is all my Pokemon are on low health too, and 2 of them are paralyzed, so they will be slower. Down goes Cramorant. Araquanid is sent out, its Click Claw does not activate, and the Water Spider is pretty fucking slow, so it gets taken out too. And with my last Pokemon being paralyzed Cloyster, that's the game. Son of a fucking bitch was just down to 1 Pokemon on Red HP and poisoned. I just needed to last 1 more fucking turn. Damn it. Norman was a lot stronger than I thought, so what I learned is I need to battle every gym leader in this game with a full team of 6 for sure. Emerald Crest with the hardcore Nuzlocke rules also deletes a save file upon a lost battle. This means next time I gotta come back swinging much harder, and eventually I will conquer the open world Emerald Monotype Hardcore Nuzlocke Challenge. Thanks for watching.